In the story of Elijah in the Old Testament, Elijah is the first prophet who identifies the voice of conscience with the divine, which is a major psychological transformation, right? Now, Elijah is the enemy of the nature worshippers who are led by an evil queen named Jezebel, who's an arrogant and narcissistic malign foreign influence on the Israelite nation. And she, in her arrogance and haughtiness, brings the nation to ruin, and she persecutes Elijah for his forthrightness and his willingness to stand for the one true God against the nature worshippers, which is something to think about in these most modern of times. In any case, Elijah is running away from Jezebel and her forces after having defeated the worshippers of nature, and God sends him to a poor widow, and who, if I remember correctly, he meets by a well, and she offers to share her remaining food with him. She just has enough flour for one meal for her and her son, and enough flour and oil for one meal for her and her son, but she offers to share it with this stranger, this strange prophet. And then it turns out that if she hits the barrel of flour, more flour appears, and the oil magically refills, so that the prophet and the woman, the widow, the poor widow, and her son subsist on virtually nothing for a very long period of time. And you might ask, well, what does that mean, apart from the, let's say, childish, magical element of it? It means that those who are generous in their attitude, and that might be particularly true of food because human beings share food, are most likely to be provisioned appropriately over the longest period of time. So if you're generous and hospitable, then the probability that you'll stand at the center of a productive and abundant community is radically elevated. Whereas if you're only concerned about yourself and you ensure that you're the one that's fed first, let's say even before your children, then that's reflective of an attitude that's going to do nothing but keep you mired in poverty forever, you and your society. So, strangely enough, paradoxically enough, an attitude of generous hospitality and sharing is the best way to facilitate social interaction in such a way that everything becomes abundant.